with a really good heavy-duty cleaner. And this is a new tire. It's not very old. You're going to see though that it starts to pull all kinds of brown gunk out of that tire. You'll see it starts to pull fibers off the rag. That's how you know you're really getting it clean. That rubber is pure rubber now. Now one last step is just take a little bit of alcohol. And what this does a couple things. It dries it slightly. It also removes any residue that was left behind. We include sandpaper in your kit so you'll rough up the surface. So you just want to, you'll see how smooth it looks underneath there. And when you do this, it just gives it more tooth so that your graphic becomes one with the tire, and that's what you want. Now one more wipe down with the alcohol. And see, I got a little bit more out of that, see, by scuffing and ready to put the graphic on. Okay, so we're putting this on here, just sticking it on and peeling it back off. And when we do this, we get a very clear curve. And this stuff's designed not to stretch, so it really keeps the curve really nice and dialed in. All right, so here we can see the curve. All right, and then we take this and we run it right along the edge, following that curve, and you press down on it so it'll stick well to the graphic. And then once you get it on here, pressing it down, following that line that you made, press it on there really well, and then double check yourself that it looks like you want it to look. Make sure the letters aren't twisted, or you're going back to make sure. I'm going to make sure it's stuck real good first though. Alright, now we hold it up over here to the tire and see, does it line up along that edge? Yes, it does. It lines up really nicely. Okay, so now we're ready to put the glue on it. And with the glue, you really want to do is, and again, not any kind of glue will work. This is our high bond tire adhesive. It is tested, each batch is tested before we ship it out to 1200 PSI. That's 1200 pounds per square inch. So it is the best adhesive on the market. And it is made by really the inventor of this type of adhesive. And so what you want to do here, you want to just do a single line and just sort of fill in. And this is a decent sized graphic, okay? So you want to move fairly fast. And if you look back after you're done with this and it looks like it's starting to dry on the other end, you want to go back and just add a little bit more just to keep it wet, because you do not want it to dry out. Right now we are in weather that's pretty commodious. It's about 80 degrees, low humidity. But if it was like 100 degrees, this might need to be done in 2 pieces if it looks like it's drying out. So I'm going back over it, making sure that every edge, and I don't want to use too much glue. That's the biggest mistake people make when they're putting these on, is too much glue. Too much, more is not better in this case. Less is more. Now, I've got it all covered. Everything looks like it's nice and wet still, so here we go. I want to get on that edge there. Now, we take it over here and we line it back up on that same line that we had it before. And this applicator pad is super nice because it keeps me from getting glue all over my fingers, all over the tire. Line it up with that line. And it also keeps the letters from getting dirty. And that's important because you want your letters to be nice and bright white. So now I just take my fingers and I'm just putting pressure on this all around, making sure it's seated right there where I had it. And as soon as I know it's seated well, then I go back over it, just rub all over it, and then press the applicator pad down. And it actually holds everything in place so that even if you have an area that wants to lift slightly, it's holding it down. You don't have to worry about that. And then you just rub over it, a little bit of friction, a little bit of warmth. And again, this curve match technology allows you to, it's matched to your tire, because depending on the size of the tire, a 20-inch, you might have it out here, you might have it here, and it's a different curve everywhere you put it. This way, you're not locked into a certain curve. Your curve is dialed in directly to the tire, to the area that you're putting it on. And that's very important. You don't want to have to try to compromise when it comes to the curvature of the graphic. Now, about ready for the moment of truth. Everything's stuck really well. I'm going to get all the bubbles out. And there's some lettering underneath here. I can feel it, so I just want to make sure and press it out real well to get all that air out. And here we go. And we are installed. You just pull this off, and bright white letters permanently installed on your tire. Thanks for watching our video.